On Thursday, Trinade Martin, 80-year-old senior citizen, was found murdered at his Varca residence by unknown person. According to Colva Police, the victim, who was staying alone in the house, had several injuries on his body, particularly on face. On Friday, Team Herald TV went on the site to check on the murder and follow up on this issue. Herald TV also spoke to several locals and neighbors about the crime.
From Phantom to Colva and from Colva to Varca, now I'm at the site where the murder took place, where last night a 80-year-old senior citizen, that is Trinade Martins, was found murdered at his Varca residence by some unknown person, that too late night. Now we are at the spot. Basically the incident occurred at in the night on Thursday, wherein the deceased person who was murdered, that is Trinade Martin, the 80-year-old man, was living alone in this house right here behind me. Well, basically, if known, and after speaking to several locals and some pass-buyers from here and commuters also, we have realized and learned that he lived all this while alone. Recently, his daughter got married somewhere nearby, but he was living all alone. And we also came to know that he had no kind of any bad record. He was a very normal kind of person, very active person and I also spoke to some of the villagers here where they told me that he also visited the church every day for prayers. So they also told me that he had no kind of any bad record, where any kind of miscommunication with anyone. He always lived in a good and a very harmony way, and we are right outside his house. Basically, if you see, gate was open, okay, and he went through inside from this gate, and the door was not locked. It seems we have realized that the door was not locked, and that the unknown person who killed the 80-year-old Trinade Martins went from this gate itself. Right from this gate, he entered the door, and inside he was murdered. However, the post-mortem report is not received as yet. But yes, we also came to know through our sources that Trinade was brutally assaulted and there were several injuries on him before he could be murdered. We will bring you more updates to see what other locals also have to say and how Goa also reacts to such kind of criminal activities in Goa. Yes, after speaking to some locals who are kind of afraid to come on camera, but however they gave me a lot of information which is helping me to go about in this story on this ground report here in Varca. We also realized that few days back some kind of men and some kind of a group had come here in search of him when he had gone out. They also came and they took a survey of the property as well. This is what I'm getting to learn, and as per some of the locals, what locals told me unofficially. And they also said that yesterday also, just before the incident, there were almost 2-3 bikes that came much before, saw Mr. Trinade Martins here, whether he's there at home or no, and then everyone knows what happened at around. The most likely, it seems the incident occurred between 7:30 to 8:30, because by 9 o'clock the police, the forensic team, the locals were all gathered here outside to see exactly what happened. But the incident, as I just came to know, occurred between 7 to 8:30, and then afterwards the investigation is going on. Till now, as I said earlier, the forensic report is still not the forensic the team post-mortem is still going on, but we will give you more updates of exactly what has happened. But this is the house where the senior citizen, that is a 80-year-old Trinade Martins, used to stay. The entrance of the house, they entered and they moved right inside. If you can pan the camera, they entered through that door. However, now the police have locked the gate because of the investigation purpose. However, we will not interfere with that. But however, just to inform that the murderers entered from this gate, right from where there are several houses around. They entered right from under the nose of the several public out here and the neighbors. They entered from this door and they went inside. This is Clinton D'Souza for Herald TV.